welcome to Mona Radio. It's
Hola.
like Mona Gym, but a radio
station.
We couldn't think of anything more exciting to call it. This is going to be our... oh, here we go. Hey. This is going to be our way of getting as much information out to you guys as possible. There's going to be 3 hosts to the Mona Radio. The Mona Radio or Mona Radio?
Mona Radio.
Mona Radio. It's going to be Kimbo, Tash, and I. We won't all be on here at the same time. Probably very rarely that will happen. Yeah. But we're just giving each other... we've chosen our own topics, and then each person's going to go off and talk about whatever they want. I know Kimbo has already recorded one with Starry about the programming, which is going to be awesome, but it was actually his idea for us to do the first one together and just to talk about, I suppose, everything that's gone on.
Yeah, and kind of get this thing started and the ball rolling. And as well, if you guys have any sort of suggestions, people that you want to suggest or any topics that you specifically want to hear about that, you know, we may not have covered but you might not know about, feel free to send them our way. You think there's going to be a good host in relation to what we do here and stuff, but don't think it's super limited to fitness and whatnot. We would love to just get talking to interesting people and get into the community.
It's going to be video like this in our Facebook page, and also Kimbo is going to upload it as a podcast. So if you listen to Stitcher or iTunes or wherever you get your podcast, or wherever you get your podcast from, they say that on every podcast, we'll be on there and you can listen to us there. Let's start by maybe thanking some people. I think we've got a lot of people to thank. And
flashbacks to the 4 weeks of October.
We wrote a list, and we apologize in advance if we forgot anyone off the list. So many people helped us, and there's no way we would have even got close if all those people didn't help. We wrote a little bit of a list, so we'll just briefly go through it and thank everyone. I suppose the first one we want to thank is Buster. He doesn't know any of this. He was the foreman of the job. So anytime Buster drove up the driveway, we used to yell out, "Shit, Buster's here, Buster's here." Yeah, everyone stop having fun, start being serious. And then
Sergeant Buster.
Yeah, he would come in with his like motivational quotes. We were like 5 days out from opening, and he walks in, looks around. Still a bit to do. But big thanks to Buster. He organised his boys to come and build the new rooms, which is now the 2 showers and the sauna room and that big wall down there. So they organised obviously all the stud work. They put up all the gyprock. They did a whole bunch of stuff in there, hung all the doors, put all the architrave in. So massive thanks to Buster, the foreman, and his boys for doing all the building. We had Mick Roberts as our plumber.
And Elijah, his apprentice.
Yeah, Elijah, he became...
big hit here.
Yeah. I think my mum's got a little crush on Elijah, which is weird. But big thanks to Mick. He did all of our plumbing work. So obviously plumbed in the showers. He actually built the showers, he and I together. One of the funnier days here. First one took us 6.5 hours and the second one took us 12 minutes. So huge shout out to Mick for doing all the plumbing stuff. Stu for helping out with all the electrical work. He was here on like day 1. He was pulling out everything that we were too scared to touch because we didn't know what it was. And you can imagine in this building, there's just shit everywhere. So he sorted all that out. Linda for doing our logos. Yes. We went back and forth. Well, sorry, we didn't. Tash went back and forth with Linda a fair bit, and we settled on this, which we love. I wear it very proudly, and I think it looks awesome on our walls.
And there really wasn't a lot of back and forth. Like, we sat down, had our first meeting, and then a few little ideas here and there, and like, you know, you delivered real quick, Linda, and it's been awesome. We've loved the branding and the look of it all.
Big thanks to Nathan Lovett. He was actually here quite a lot, so he was here before and after classes while he was still training. He'd drop in the middle of the day. He lent us his scissor lift, which was the biggest savior. I don't know I don't know how we thought we were going to do this place without a scissor lift.
Oh my God. As
It would
soon
have
as
been
it entered on
impossible.
its first day, I think that thing was worked more than any of us.
It's by far my favorite thing that we got to do. The scissor lift saved our life.
I highly recommend that everyone goes out and buy themselves one just to drive around.
That was awesome. And every single trade used it. The sparkies, the plumbers, the builders.
Us and painting, us in cleaning.
Also for the tip truck, he lent us his tip truck whenever we needed it, which I know he had to take it off his own work sites and lend it to us. So huge shout out to Nath for helping. That was also hung the door and put the new smart lock on, and he did a bunch for us. So thanks heaps, mate.
And dealt with us late at night when we were hitting our complete limits.
Larry Weber, he again just someone that was just around a lot. He really helped on the moving day. I think the three of us.
I feel sorry for Larry, because Larry was one of those people that just almost felt like he just rocked up to have a look at how it's all going, and then 6 hours later, he's going home tired and sweaty and worked.
He was like the mule. We just got to be like, hey Larry, take all those kettlebells.
Can you just carry everything?
Yeah. Larry was here he was one of the first to see the space when we first got it, and he watched every single progression. He would drop in and helped out heaps. Kim Forward, thank you to Kim Forward's parents. Obviously Kim and Matt helped out as well. Kim Forward's parents lent us their horse truck, which got all the equipment over from Taronga to here.
Huge help.
That was unreal. So huge shout out to her parents for helping out on the day. My brother, he did all the LED lighting. All the lighting in the new place, hooked up the sauna, the 3-phase power. He did a bunch of stuff. And it comes to no surprise that this whole place, no way we would have even got close to finishing if it wasn't for Gaz and Anne, which are my parents. So
lifesavers. This place was pretty much built by Gary.
Yeah, he's an absolute workhorse. I don't think anyone came close to the output that he did.
Towards the end, there were even days where Gary was in here working by himself. Sorry.
No, he wasn't. We were always here helping him. He did an enormous amount. Mum had to go around and paint everything again after Tash painted it. So,
I got pretty good towards the end.
So
just don't look up towards the roof and the ceilings around the light bulbs.
Yeah. Thanks heaps, obviously, to the family. They did an enormous amount.
Huge help.
On moving day, that was almost, I would consider that, like Tash and I, that was almost our breaking point when we realized we weren't going to make the time schedule that we set for ourselves. So we ended up throwing a post out there for a bunch of people to come down and help us. And I can't remember exactly, but we came up with, it was Zenik, Sam Smith, Sam Polnow, Timmy Porter, Nathan Bridge, Nat Hitchinson, Kimbo, Cal. I think that was it on the night, and it turned out to be one of the funnest nights. We got videos of Zenik and Sam Polnow throwing cupboards and breaking stuff, and I think Sam Polnow is the king of demolishing. He was an absolute powerhouse.
It was good fun. How did you enjoy the Dynabolts, Sean?
Yeah, ground off. There was like 110 of them over there, and then the landlord wasn't happy that we used a grinder to grind the top of them and knock them in, so we had to go back and drill them all out and fill it, and that wasn't very enjoyable. But I enjoyed using power tools.
Yeah.
I named it the flamethrower, and Tash named it Mr. Sparkles. So that was the grinder. We probably have forgot some people, but thank you so much to everyone that helped out. Thank you to everyone that came across with us. Thank you for dealing with us through that time. I know that it got a little bit neglected over there because we're concentrating so hard on this.
Yeah.
Thank you for the surprise party that when we thought we were shutting down, which was just a party really now. Yeah. So that was awesome. Thank you so much to everyone, and hopefully we haven't forgot anyone, but I'm sure we have. But we'll get around to thanking you at some point.
But it's definitely brought on an amazing gym and an amazing space. Like vibe the last...
Oh, I love this place.
Yeah, the vibe the last 2 weeks has just been unreal. Like, it just adds a whole different element to it all. And, you know, we're coming in just super pumped to be here. We actually just rush home to eat so we can come back. And yeah, it's been awesome. And
what do you reckon, like, do you remember a special moment, like, when we were building?
I think the most special moment would have been... well, as it started to kind of grow, you think that those little things were starting to just show a space, but the number one thing that made it super special was the day that Gaz and his team came in to put all the walls up and signage, and I hopped out to get lunch and came back in and just saw the Mona Gym written across the wall, and the logos were up, and I almost started crying.
You cried. You didn't almost start crying. You definitely
it was quite
were
emotional.
crying.
You finally just saw it. It's like this space got a soul. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that day it really started to take shape.
Yeah.
That was a huge day. Yeah.
What was one of the hardest days for you in the build?
Spraying the roof.
Oh,
Yeah, spraying the roof with Dad. That was, it wasn't physically hard, but it was just uncomfortable and
time consuming.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun day. We had fun, but it wasn't a fun activity. That's something that I hope I never spray another roof in my life again. So thank you everyone again. Back to the gym. I suppose some of the new add-ons, the Zen Planner has been a real hit. We've always had those capabilities at our fingertips. We've never really implemented them, but I think that's been a huge add-on for everyone.
And you can see you guys all obviously getting used to it and loving it too. Like everyone's become pretty diligent with checking themselves in and posting their scores and checking the workouts the night before. And it's been a great app to use.
I think a bit of advice from me is I would recommend everyone track their scores. We've never done, we used to do the leaderboard 7-8 years ago on the whiteboard, but we actually went away from the leaderboard. We've brought it back now, but when you do record your times and your weights and stuff like that, you can choose to not make it public. So you just untick the public button and you just track it all yourself. I think everyone should be tracking that. I think it's really, really beneficial for you, especially to even know what weights you did last week. And then when we do this again in 3 or 4 months, you can look back at your weights. So definitely do that. The leaderboard is purely there for people that want to use it. If the leaderboard plays with your mind, as in you might be choosing to do things that you shouldn't, or do you mean trying to go faster when you know you shouldn't, or skipping reps to try get higher on the leaderboard, that leaderboards do that to you. If that is the mentality that you take towards that leaderboard, do not make your stuff public. It will help your mental space significantly. So bit of advice on that. If you want to make it public, tick that public button. We can have a bit of fun with the leaderboard. Yeah. If it plays with your head, just stay away from it. It's it does that to some people. Yeah. The sauna has been a huge hit. Yeah, I can't wait to get more people feeling the benefits of that.
Oh, I can't wait. We did a video on the sauna. It's taken me a little bit longer than expected to edit this video, but it should be out by this week. We've listed the top 3 benefits after all of our research into it and all the podcasts we've listened to, and the 3 things that we think that you guys will really cherish from using the sauna. And I was very skeptical about it initially, and then when I was pushed into all the right places to learn about the benefits of it by Sean and Kimbo, I'm obsessed now. And we can even see the differences on us too. Yeah. What do you love about it?
I just have much bigger I've got.
It adds muscle.
It's a bit disjointed how to book the sauna, but it's the best we can do at the moment. So for anyone that hasn't used it, if you go into your Zen Planner app, top left, the top 3 buttons, hit that, go down to purchase. You can buy a 30 or a 60-minute sauna, or you can buy a 10-pack, a 30-minute, 10-pack, a 60-minute. Once you purchase it on the app, you then have to go to our website, go to the members section, which is up the top right, log in with your Zen Planner, log in, and then make an appointment there. A little bit disjointed. If you buy a 10-pack, it'll notice that you've got 10 classes, and every time you book one in, it'll go 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. A little bit disjointed, but it works. The Power 30 is introduction. That's our 12:30 class on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah.
That's been awesome. Like we didn't know. We're kind of sitting on the fence with that one because we didn't know how popular or what kind of traction it would get. But it's been fantastic. You know, you guys are definitely helping us create that class into what it is, and pretty much just a little bit of a lowdown for anyone who might not be too sure. It's a 30-minute class, so from 12:30 to 1 p.m. Perfect for anyone who lives locally or works locally and has that 30 minutes or 35 minutes, including travel time or whatnot, to come in and just get a quick session out. It is off that day's FSC class, so generally it will be just a squished in session, or if it just can't physically be, then we'll just shorten it in a way. But you still get a good quality session in and a solid sweat and strength work too, so don't feel like it's cutting anything too short. But it's been awesome to see you guys really utilizing it and loving it, and even talking today about how, you know, you get a chance to quickly step out from work and looking at the computer and looking at the screen or sitting down, get that done, and you still have an evening to enjoy with the kids or enjoy with the family as well.
With that one, you have to book in at least 2 hours prior.
Yes.
We're going to introduce that really shortly. So if no one's booked in by 10:30, the class doesn't go ahead. So if you do plan on coming to it, you need to give us at least 2 hours notice for that one. The creche has been, I think the creche is an upgrade. It's definitely a little bit...
The TV works.
Yeah, the TV works. A little bit more comfortable in there. It's a little bit more soundproof.
Yeah.
There's some windows to look out. So I think that's been a real hit.
Yeah.
There's been a few little rules that we've had to implement purely because of the space is different. No more scooters, no more bikes, no more skateboards. We've put a complete ban on all of those.
The door to the creche is just too close to the roller door that's next to the driveway,
So we've just banned that altogether. And I don't think anyone really could argue that. It just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
No food in the creche ever. That's even outside of the creche times. That's not because of a cleanliness issue. That's because of allergies. So regardless of when your kids are in there, if you bring them into the 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, whether they're 2 or 12, no food in the creche ever. We just don't want to risk any sort of contamination if someone's got an allergy and someone leaves a peanut butter sandwich in there by accident. Yep. So no food. That's about it with the creche.
Yeah. No, it's been awesome, you know, and we do have Margot at the moment who comes in to take care of him. So we do have supervision Monday, Wednesday, Friday to take care of the littlies for you. But Tuesday, Thursday, when she's not there, you know, like we obviously welcome the kids to still come into the room, but it does just come down to just watching out for them and making sure that they do stay within that area and not on the gym floor. We do really want to... just because the space is smaller in comparison to what we had as well, and it does become a little bit more intimate, we would really like to try and keep children off the floor.
I think that's been really good. The only time I see a real issue is between the 4:30, 5:30. So, just between any two classes. If you finish a class and you let your kids out and the next class is coming in and there's kids out on the gym floor.
Swinging and stuff.
We hate implementing this. Like, we love having the kids around. I think that's pretty evident to see the way that we embrace the kids. But it only takes one barbell to bounce the wrong way and it'd be tragic. So just keep your kids off the floor. That'd be awesome. Keep them up by the reception at the minimum. A few little additions around the gym, as in like things that we hope that help you with your training. So we've got these little whiteboards that we bought with markers. They're under the TVs. Yeah. That's for you to track like rounds in a big long 40-minute AMRAP, or if you are forgetful of the reps, you can jot them down and keep them closer to you.
Calories or like accumulated things.
Yeah, so they're there for use. We bought the new Wow wipes, that little dispenser there that pulls out the top, and then there's a bin underneath it right next to the dumbbells.
Yeah, and you can even use this as well. Like obviously, like we are trying to remove the big whiteboard that's sitting around at the back. So we have brought these in as well. So if you are part of our 24-hour gym access and you come in to follow your own strength programming or something, you can pull them out and rather than just constantly looking at your phone, write it up and just have it sitting there. So then at least you can enjoy your session without having to sit on your phone too often either. Yeah.
I've run out of things.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have 24-hour gym access too. I don't know if we covered that, but...
This is our second take at this video, so I don't know what we've talked about or what we haven't. All right, well...
Pretty much, we'll finish up with the Christmas party.
7th of December, 1 o'clock down at Apex Park. We chose to do it at the park so everyone can bring their kids, bring their wives and husbands, and we want it to be a big family affair down there.
Yeah.
So
bring any sort of games your kids want to play with or anything like that. We'll bring our spike ball and whatnot, but at least you're close to that big children's park so they can play there. We'll be trying to get ourselves close to those barbecues and gazebo area as well, so we can utilize the barbecues for your family. But on the opposite side, if you don't come with family or anything like that and you don't want to worry about food, we'll be close to like Bronze, Ruby Lane and Armchair, so you can still head over, grab some takeaway food, and you can constantly stay supplied from there.
We've had a few people offer us the marquees. We're going to bring a marquee down, but under ours, we'll probably put some eskies and some beers and stuff like that. So that's going to be pretty much out of action. And we don't want to take your marquee down and be responsible for it in case it blows away or gets broken or anything like that. Yeah. So if you want some shade down there, make sure you bring your own stuff down, because we're just going to have one marquee with some drinks under it. And then, yeah, that's also my 30th birthday on Sunday. So the afterwards, once we wrap up in the park, more than likely we're going to end up at the park house for a few extra
Celebrate
drinks.
Sean's 30th birthday.
Yeah. I think that's it from us. Hopefully the next couple episodes come out pretty quickly, because I know some of them are already recorded. Thank you one more time to everyone else that helped us out. Thank you to everyone that's stuck with us.
And thank you for making this place what it is. It's awesome.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely in love with it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Signing off. Mona Radio.